Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Take It Away, Ocon Man.
Off the Records with B Money and the Ocon Man. Ow! I brought it back. I brought it back because I didn't do it last episode. That might not be released, and that episode sucked.
Yeah, we had, I don't know if you had heard the last episode. We'll see what happens. But yeah, it was real dog shit.
It was basically the equivalent of Brendan and I staring at each other in a room alone, and there was a gun in between us. And you got to watch Rodney Dangerfield eat his own dick or listen to him.
Yeah, maybe we'll hear it someday. No reason to talk about that because we have a guest.
Well, I do want to talk about it. You guys are talking about long form Rodney Dangerfield, which is insanity.
It wasn't long form. It was, and this is Matt Fulchiron, everybody.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
It was a compilation. It was just like a 10-minute chunk of Dangerfield before he was Dangerfield.
Before he went electric.
It kind of, yeah, like there was, basically he was the aggressor in all of his jokes. It wasn't like...
He's the bully?
Yeah, he was the bully.
Give me respect. Give me respect.
He was giving people no respect. And then I guess he learned along the way from this set to,
make himself.
I should be the one. Yeah.
Which is interesting. I find like if you do too much of that, I do like a lot of self-deprecating jokes, and people get sick of it after a while. Like, hey man, go easy on yourself.
Dude, I opened for a friend at a corporate event in Cabo San Lucas fairly recently, and it was like a bunch of billionaires in the crowd. And it turns out they do not relate to self-deprecating humor at all. They just looked really upset for me.
Yeah.
And at me. And it was the worst 10 minutes of my entire life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the whole like manly alpha male vibe that's going around right now, I don't think they dig that shit.
They don't.
Yeah.
Like, I love talking about like how ineffectual my dick is.
Me too.
Like, come on.
Me too.
You don't want me to be walking around fully hard all the time?
I wonder if anybody's ever done that, like taken a Viagra and gone on stage in sweatpants.
Yeah, we were just talking about the Greg Wilson.
Daniel Tosh says he tried to give himself a hard-on one time and go on stage for like a 10-minute set.
Yeah.
I don't think he got fully there.
He's funny, man.
Yeah.
I haven't watched a lot of Daniel Tosh, but I was watching some of his new podcast, and it's I haven't in a while, but it's pretty good. I mean, he's obviously talented. He's been around forever. But I watched some of his like an older stand-up special from like it might have been from 10 years ago.
Sure.
And I'm like, oh yeah, this guy's funny.
Great comic. I do think if you walked out on stage hard, I just feel like it's gonna go away. And if it doesn't, you're in the wrong industry because that means you can stay hard in front of people. And there's only one job for that.
And also I get the authenticity of having an actual boner.
I don't know.
But why not just put a thing? Why not just wear sweatpants and put a, some kind of a device?
I think that's like using AI to write a joke. I think you really need the full experience because I don't think anyone's done it.
No, the guy who just goes up there with an erection, honestly, that is like a perfect. If you do like misdirection jokes, the whole act is misdirection. You're staring at the boner. You don't know how to feel. Like Mitch Fattel would be the perfect boner guy.
It's actually more of a magician's move.
Yeah.
Right? Because then they're not looking at what you're doing.
You keep knocking into the mic stand, and you knock your water off the stool with your boner.
God, that would be such a funny magician, like a magician having a boner, and he just keeps like fucking up because of his boner. Like we're doing the rings, and one of the rings gets stuck in the ring.
One of the doves flies out of his sleeve and lands on his boner. Like
what if he has a boner and he busts the doves? Like he's like jacking off.
Oh, he shoots them out of the air.
Yeah,
glitter, doves,
literal skeet shooting.
Yeah. How was the magic show?
You just got to go see it yourself. I wonder how many. Is there magic? There's got to be magic porn, like porn where there's like a magician guy who has an assistant. And
I think I've seen one a long time ago. Back when the skits
Except
were
they have to be related now. All porn is just like there's some kind of
They
family.
They make it clear that the magician is the assistant
stepfather.
Yeah, that's very, very important.
Yeah. Although, honestly, you could tie those two together as like the assistant gets stuck in the dryer.
Stuck porn. Yeah.
Yeah.
The dryer, he fucks her and then accidentally cuts her in half.
That's a genre that I haven't. I've people have talked about that. The people being stuck in washers and dryers or
It's
whatever.
so funny.
I've never come across it.
I've stumbled upon it.
Yeah.
And it's not. It never gets much of my time.
Yeah.
I
But,
find it impossible to masturbate too, but I do
It's
think
stressful.
it is. We've all been stuck in a dryer. It's something that happens to every one of us at least once a year. But it's just so funny because like clearly they're not stuck.
You'd have to be it'd be really hard to get stuck in a dryer. You'd have to be really big.
How often in your life have you been stuck somewhere? Hardly ever, or probably never.
I mean, I feel like when you're a kid, and I'm just kind of bracing myself for one of my kids to get their head stuck in
A banister. I
in a
head.
banister.
Yeah, I got my head stuck in a banister.
Right.
Yeah.
That's common, right?
And then my dad fucked me.
Your stepdad, I hope.
And that was before
God, I
It'd be
wish.
weird if it was your real dad.
Yeah, it's got to be your stepdad. That's my brother got his head caught in the railing, like on our porch. We had a railing thing. That's just something kids do. It's funny having kids and seeing. It brings back a lot of memories of like, oh right, that shit fucking happens all the time.
Yeah.
Getting your head caught in things. My son got his foot caught in there's like these slats underneath our coffee table, and he was like getting that. I forgot. Like I haven't seen that panic in a while. We were just like, I can't. And you're like, all right, calm down. Let me just try to figure this out.
See, that was what I found so unrealistic about 127 hours is like you would actually just still be panic. There's no panic for like 8 hours of that.
Yeah.
And to the point where then you have to like calm down to cut your arm off.
Cut your arm off. I've never seen the movie, so.
Oh, you gotta.
It's better than it sounds.
Yeah.
There's a lot of flashbacks in his mind and stuff.
Yeah. Well, there has to be. It can't just be a guy in a crevice.
I do love in This Is the End where his friends think the movie's called 27 Hours. Like, in other words, they've never seen it.
Oh, okay.
They're like, this camcorder from 27 hours. He's like, 127 hours? Like, you fuckers don't know my work, do you?
Oh, right, yeah, because James Franco's the guy. This Is the End is a funny movie.
Incredibly funny.
Yeah, I was really shocked. I went and saw it in the theater, whenever it came out.
Well, that
years
was
ago.
last week. We heard this is an old episode.
Yeah, this is a pre.
We've been stockpiling this shit.
But
The records are timeless, unless they suck, and then they're timeful, I guess. Dated
Yeah.
is the word.
We'll see about the previous one, but we didn't come here to talk about pornography and getting stuck in things. I mean, do the people panic when they're stuck in the dryer? Is it
a little bit there, but it's like bad acting. So this is what takes me out of it. Is they're like help, help, and then like what always happens is the stepson kind of stumbles upon his stepmom's luscious ass, and like they're like I'm trying, and then they get hard because of the butt.
But there's also an I'm annoyed with you phase, right?
Yeah.
Where they're like, come on, Johnny, just get me out of this dryer.
Are they nude?
The fuck?
I guess they're nude. Or they don't
sometimes,
start out nude?
but
Okay.
no, but most of the time it's like pants, and then like the stepson gets an idea.
To take the pants off.
Yeah.
Like,
Is this consensual? I mean, it seems
it's
kind of
borderline.
like.
See, this is why I find it hard to jerk off too.
yeah, exactly.
Yes, I mean, it's implied consent after it starts.
Right. Okay.
But there is some. There is some. Hey, maybe we shouldn't do this.
Yeah,
I am your stepmom, and I'm stuck in a dryer. There is that conversation.
But there's a verbal agreement before.
He's saying
he's like,
after
I'm
that.
going to stop
I never
trying
got
to get
that
you
far.
out and try something else.
I'll say it right now. Your stepmom getting stuck in a dryer and then fucking her is a morally gray. And honestly, I'll say
I don't think it's very gray.
Yeah, I think it's morally repugnant.
Yeah.
To fuck your stepmom if she's like, I'm sorry to the listeners who have done it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's, and actually not even this, even if she's not stuck in a dryer, I think morally it's pretty clear you shouldn't be having sex with your stepmother.
But no, what I've discovered from watching stepmother porn is stepsons usually have a bigger dick than their own dad. And that is like a huge part of these videos.
Right, like the dad has the money.
Yeah.
And the kid has the dick.
Yeah.
And that's what this woman is trying to balance.
So, like, obviously, whoever their real mom is, her genes gave them a huge dick.
Is there... this is a not safe for work podcast. This is,
yeah, totally.
Sorry,
we will get you fired. Put your headphones on.
Well, we didn't come here to talk about all this stuff.
I mean,
it feels right though, doesn't it?
I mean, we could talk about anything. That's the beauty.
Well, I was just trying to segue into.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, you want to get started?
Yeah. No, we don't have to. We can continue talking about stepmom porn. Oh, that's what it is. It's the headphones. No, we could continue.
I've said all I need to say about that.
I have a few more hours on this, I think.
Well, I haven't honestly, and I'm not trying to be, some kind of like moral high. I have to check out these videos because I don't think I've ever seen one.
I've seen like the first minute or so.
Yeah.
I've heard more about it on the Howard Stern show, but it's going to fuck up your algorithm. Like that's all you're going to get for a couple days.
Yeah, you never want to Google it. You have to stumble upon it.
Yeah.
But we have a great album for you this week.
It's by a stepbrother and sister duo. No, we have an album. I possibly a great album. We've never listened to it as usual. It is the album is called Holes and Mellow Rolls.
And I think it's important to let the audience know that there's two versions of this album. One is pre-Welcome Back, Kotter.
Yeah, it's by Gabe Kaplan.
Sorry.
As you may know.
Gabe Kaplan.
Gabe Kaplan.
Which many of
Kotter
you
himself.
People, I mean, there's definitely an age cutoff for...
Yeah, you kind of only know him if, like, you suck. Like,
I know him from reruns. So
Yeah.
I'm 50, and it's still before my time.
Yes.
Welcome Back, Kotter ran from 1975 to 1979, and then he left that show to do a movie called Fast Break, where he plays a basketball coach.
I've seen that.
And I have seen that.
Yeah.
And I used to watch Welcome Back, Kotter on Nick at Night. I kind of love the Sweat Hogs.
I love the Sweat Hogs.
It was, it was tailor-made for, I would see reruns of it. I never watched it religiously, but
I watched it every day.
Arnold Horshack was like, I feel like...
Was he Mr. Kotter?
Yeah.
He was like, oh, when he raised his hand.
So obnoxious.
And I feel like in like elementary school, kids would you would do it.
Yeah,
you would do it.
You would do it.
Yeah, you'd mimic Arnold Horshack.
Was he the first nerd to ever be on TV?
He is, but he's more like a dirtbag nerd, right?
Yeah.
Was he? I don't know. Like he had a big scar.
well,
He was
Sweat Hogs
35 years old.
Yeah, Sweat Hogs were fucking scumbags.
Yeah.
Like
They were bad kids.
Yeah, they were bad kids.
Left back a couple years, it looks like. Everybody was about 25 years old.
Yeah, everybody looks like they're in their 30s.
But Kaplan is, he's like, he has the classic stand-up success story is that he started stand-up in 1964.
Okay.
And then he did The Tonight Show in May 1973, and then immediately got a sitcom out of it.
Wow.
And this album, Holes and Mellow Rolls, is very interesting to me because the famous catchphrase from Welcome Back, Kotter, "Up your nose with a rubber hose,"
right,
only exists because of this album where the line is "up your hole with a mellow roll."
Wow, that's edgier.
Oh wow! And the original album cover that I'm looking at looks a little sexual.
It's got a popsicle on it.
Yeah, popsicles are coming.
Right,
kind of. Yeah, and going into like the craters on the moon.
It was stuck in the freezer.
It looks more like a prog rock album than a comedy album.
Yeah, it looks like something by Rush.
Yeah, it's pretty trippy. But the second one just has him and the Sweat Hogs on it to let when you when you buy like the book of a movie that got made into a movie and Brad Pitt's on the cover.
I mean, That sucks for those actors. Like they just signed away their rights to be on somebody else's comedy album.
Yeah. Oh, John Travolta's in this album.
So this came out in 1974.
It's 50 years old.
It is 50 years old. Wow. So should we jump in to see what got Gabe Kaplan?
I do want to say up the front, I already told you guys, but I want to tell the audience, Freddie Boom Boom Washington was in my house.
Right.
I've had that experience. I also wanted to tell you guys, I bought when I was probably somewhere between 5 and 10 years old, I had Sweat Hog sneakers. And they had pictures of all the Sweat Hogs' heads on them. And they had, I think, Gabe Cotter was on the heel.
Uh-huh.
And they had like little catchphrases written on the shoes, like up your nose with a rubber hose and stuff like that.
Holy shit.
That's insane.
So you are the perfect person for this episode.
So because I used to watch, there was a channel when I get home from school, and it was sitcom reruns from like 3:30 till 8 o'clock. And so I got real caught up on sitcoms. I'd watch them straight through the whole run, and then they'd start again from the pilot, and I'd watch them all again over the course of a year.
And Welcome Back, Kotter. We're gonna have to look up these sneakers. Because I do, now that you mention that, I feel like Welcome Back, Kotter was like on the precipice of merchandising.
Right.
Okay, like I remember, I don't know if I had one, but I can picture a Welcome Back Kotter lunchbox. Like when they had those metal ass lunchbox.
I think that's probably true, yeah.
Yeah, well,
every show had a lunchbox.
And you mentioned Freddie Boom Boom Washington was in your apartment, and that's for everybody listening who doesn't know what Welcome Back Kotter was. Freddie Boom Boom Washington was one of the students in Mr. Kotter's class. Oh, well, actually, no. On the cover, it's Arnold Horseshack. On the cover of the reissue of this, it's Freddie Boom Boom Washington, Arnold Horseshack, Juan Epstein, John Travolta, and Gabe Kaplan.
Now, did he have like a love interest?
Gabe Kaplan?
Yeah.
He was married.
Oh, he's married.
He had like this like kind of sexy 70s like...
What you would call a low-key hot wife.
Well, like,
she was like
you wouldn't mind seeing her stuck in a dryer.
She was very thin, so it'd have to be...
But she was always above all his bullshit. And he was always talking about like his uncle so-and-so had good advice. His uncle, this. He had like 100 uncles.
The shows were bookended with, and I feel like that was a format of, because didn't like Mork and Mindy did it too, where he ended every episode with Mork calling Orson, and they would like talk about whatever the episode happened or happened in the episode, and on Welcome Back, Kotter, every episode ended with him at home in his apartment with his wife. Like, and he'd say, did I ever tell you about my uncle? Like, he had different uncles, I think.
Yeah. And he was on the fire escape a lot, I think.
I don't remember.
These are all mixed match memories.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, let's... that's a little history of Welcome Back, Kotter through the lens of three guys who are kind of familiar with it.
And we have to mention that this first track is not on... the post Welcome Back Kotter release.
Yes, which I think is crucial, especially after Brendan reads the title.
I'll read the title. Yes, this may have, but I mean, in 1970, it originally came out in 74. I imagine the reissue came out. Well, it probably says it on it. I'm going to say it came out in like 77. This is the 1976 second pressing of the 1974. So. I don't know if this was... Well, here's the title.
Well, everyone had Kotter mania, so they're like... But they also only know him from TV, so anything that could be a little edgy is going to get sanded down.
Could be, yeah.
And this first track is...
It's called Ling Chow and Grasshopper.
God help us all.
Which, but that's also a reference to... There was the 70s show Kung Fu.
I know, yeah.
Which I've never
That's what I'm afraid
seen,
of.
But I know that Grasshopper is a reference to that.
David Carradine's name is Grasshopper.
Yeah.
That's why people will call each other Young Grasshopper.
All right, so trigger warning, maybe.
I mean, maybe, but it is also crazy that David Carradine's the star of the show Kung Fu.
It's incredible.
This. We've come so far. Now we just don't have a show called Kung Fu.
We still have Shogun, though.
We do.
All right, here we go. Kicking it off with a possibly problematic track, Ling Chow and Grasshopper.
There has to be a reason why you become a comedian, basically. You know, what is that need, that intense desire for that laughter and applause? When I was young, I always felt that I was adopted. And it's not bad to be adopted, but if you are adopted, your parents should tell you. When you're old enough to understand, they say, hey, you were adopted. But my parents never said anything. In fact, last year I was in New York and I asked. I wanted to know. I went right up to my father. I said, Ling Chow.
This isn't bad.
This is great.
That's a good bit.
I said, was I adopted? He said, no, you're not adopted.
Okay.
Who told you that?
Spoke too soon.
There we go.
As quick as you can, snatch the pebble from my hand. Yes, a little Kung Fu. Everybody I know who watches Kung Fu watches it because you know at the end, he's going to flip out and start Kung Fuing all over the place, right? Beginning of the show, he's always very pacifistic. You can do anything to him in the beginning of the show. What are you going to do now? Shove that hitching post up my ass? I will not stop you. You're going to do it in slow motion? First half hour, whatever you want. See, he can't do anything until he has that first flashback. Hey, you, hey, come over here. Hey, Chinaman. Hey, come over here. See my horse over there? You know what he's gonna do? I'm gonna have him take a dump in your hat. What do you think about that? I think it's time to have a flashback. Master, something happened today. I feel dishonored. What happened, Grasshopper? A bully had his horse poo-poo in my hat. I did nothing, Master. You did the right thing, Grasshopper. Is all problem in universe. If horse poo-poo in hat, who is harmed? It is the bully and the horse who have diminished themselves. I understand, Master. Would you change hats with me?
I mean, not being familiar with the Kung Fu show, it still holds up. I mean, him saying
growing
that,
up.
I feel like, one, you don't do that voice anymore. That's like the big change. But like, in a way, stand up watching TV and just finding a little fun thing to make fun of, that he must have been one of the first to do that. That's
true. That's true. And also, it's just so interesting at that time that like everybody watched the same shit. So you could make a joke about a TV show.
I mean, we've talked about this multiple times with all the comedy albums from the 80s and stuff. It's like, everybody saw the same Folgers Crystals commercial 100 times. And I got to say, too, what got me right off the bat is when he says, at a certain point, he starts kung fuing all over the place.
Yeah,
it's
man.
Just like, that's just...
No, like, these are good jokes. And you just know enough from, like, what you've picked up on Eastern philosophy. You just kind of get what he's saying. I mean... as far as the pacifism and everything.
Yes. And you know what? Like, this is only track one. So, I mean, he's
we'll
coming
see
out
what
hot. But I will say, like, we've listened to a lot of dog shit on this podcast. Yeah. And... this was like kind of a heater of like for 1973, like stand up wasn't even stand up, right? Like I feel like stand up and punk started in like 75, like in a real way. And this is like good.
It's efficient. It's like every couple sentences there's a punchline. And I can't believe they had the confidence to take that off and resell it. You know?
It's weird. Yeah, it's weird that they took that off of. And there is a track on the reissue that maybe we'll play at the end that's not on this.
We don't own the rights to that, Mr. Cartel.
It's obvious there's a reason that he got a sitcom right away. I'm a big Gabe Kaplan fan so far.
I was nervous too because it didn't sound like there was a lot of people there, and then I heard somebody heckle right in the beginning, and then the first punchline was just like kaboom! Like he's killing.
Knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
So let's go. This is the track. This is the title track, Holes and Mellow Rolls. So let's see. Such a 70s title too. Like
Growing up in New York, real bummer, because you're always in a class scholastically. See, in every grade there was the 1s through the 5s. Like there was 6-1 through 6-5. Now the brightest kids were in 6-1 on down. I was always in the 4s, next to the dumbest. Actually, the 4s were the dumbest because the 5s were like the criminals.
Sweat hogs?
Hey, yeah, there you go.
They were the only kids in the yearbook that had pictures front and side view. Now, as if it weren't bad enough that you were going to school with the same group of kids throughout your whole elementary school career, when you were in one of those classes, it was always alphabetical order. I sat in back of the same kid for 7 years in a row. His name was Arnold Horshack.
Oh, this is just like Bill Cosby.
He's just pitching a show on stage.
Dude.
Horshack was not too cool. If it was 5 minutes to 3,
I mean, this is Fat Albert. This is like Bill
Cosby's
Fat Albert.
He would remind her. Miss Montgomery, aren't you going to give us any homework? Oh, that's right. For tomorrow, memorize the Encyclopedia Britannica. Horshack also had his name on everything. Came to school every day with 6 pens. Each pen had Arnold Horshack written on it. If I really needed a pen, he would not give me a pen. Horshack, please give me a pen. I need a pen, Horshack. Sorry, no loansies.
I mean, this is essentially,
By
I guess,
the third
pilot
grade,
episode of Welcome Back,
everybody started to call Horshack Horseshit. By the 4th grade, even the teachers picked up on it. All right, who knows the answer to that one? How about you, Horseshit? You know what that is? Outside, whatever you said to Horshack, he would say, oh, yeah. Well, up your hole with a mellow roll. A mellow roll was a little ice cream that they sold in New York. And up your hole with a mellow roll was a rank. See, whenever you said something bad about somebody, that was called ranking them. Either you said something about their parents, or you told them to shove some inert object into one of the different orifices of their bodies. Now, the more you dislike the person, the larger the object. With Horshack, it was things like the Empire State Building,
Stick the Empire State
the
Building
Louisiana
up your ass.
Purchase. Now, the best kid at ranking in the school was a kid named Eddie Licari. He was the best kid at ranking.
This is probably
best kid at fighting.
Vinny
Had his own group that
Barbarino.
followed him everywhere.
I guess.
They had their own tables in the lunchroom. Only tables that had a waiter, you know. We had our choice of milk or orange drink. Eddie Licari had a wine list.
I don't think this is a character that made it into this show.
What would you recommend with
the
the
prep
Franks
guy
and
did.
beans?
Will you pause this?
So this is this is
is-
obviously where Welcome Back, Kotter came from.
It's so interesting knowing what you know now to hear a stand-up bit where it's like truly a TV pitch.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm sure he didn't write that to be a TV pitch, because who would do that. Like you wouldn't go on stage being like, yeah, you know, me and my friends, we always hang out at a coffee shop. There's Ross, Rachel, Chandler, Joe. Chandler, like he's kind of gay, but like he's always sarcastic. And then Ross, he's uptight because he's a paleontologist. Like you don't write that way. It's so fucking crazy to have like your second bit on your album just be like a perfect TV show.
I think this is what it was like writing in the 60s. I think it was like long form. I think this is where Bill Cosby comes from.
Yeah.
Like just long form shit. It couldn't be offensive. It was just like these stories and stuff.
People would go along with it too. Like I guess like people's attention span has like dried up so much that like everyone expects a joke a minute. But like they're all on board. Like I'm baffled. And I'm like, I think I need like 10 more minutes of him explaining how Brooklyn schools work.
Yeah.
Because when he was like 6'1" to 6'5", I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about here.
Well, it's like track. Like, didn't you have different tracks?
No.
Like when...
They just split us up between Irish and Italian kids.
They had names where I went. It was like college prep.
In elementary school?
No.
Oh, well, I guess he's
not.
talking. I guess he's talking about high school. When I was in elementary school, there were different track. Like it was like track A, B, and C was like the dumb kids. Track A was, you know,
Shouldn't
they know
it then
how
be
to read.
track A, track B, and track 3? just to have a little bit of a joke.
Just to explain, just to demonstrate how off track they are.
So that's I mean, I don't think we have to listen to the whole thing unless you want to. But there's a lot of stuff on here, and the track 3 is. Well, go ahead. What were you?
I was gonna say I want to see which characters made it to the sitcom and which characters didn't, because we just found a character that didn't. It was like a rich kid, apparently, or like a popular kid.
Yeah, or just an alcoholic.
Yeah, maybe, maybe.
A wine list.
Yeah, he didn't have a juice or milk. He had a wine list.
I mean, here's the... okay.
That kid would be so funny on Welcome Back, Kotter. Vinny Barbarino would hate him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, there might be a character. That's the thing. I'm not
I told you I'm not drinking any fucking Merlot, Barbarino.
I'm a Cabernet guy.
Well, it could get a little dicey when he gets to Freddie Boom Boom Washington. If
he's going to do the voice.
He's going to do the voice. Yeah.
Of course he is. He already did... Sensei.
Is it wrong to do a voice?
I think so. Now it is, but I hope he doesn't say Soul Brother.
Oh well, here, let's go. Let's see, and then you guys will be excited about the next track.
Okay, good.
Baines. Ayla Carey was the reigning ranking champion. Best kid next to him was a kid that was about a year older, a black kid named Freddie Payton. You had to call Freddie Payton Freddie, because you called him Freddie, he really got pissed off and he would rank you, you know. They had it out one day. Freddie Payton had some good Italian lines. Hey, LeCarry, you know why Italians don't have pimples? Because they slide off.
Freddie Payton is fucking crushing it.
LeCarry was the inventor of the masquerade party rank. That was his specialty. So he looked at Freddie Payton and he said, why don't you shove a stick up your ass and go to a masquerade party as a fudgicle?
Okay.
No rank or insult should have masquerade party.
And Freddie became heavier as the years went on, but he just wasn't ready to take on LeCarry again. And LeCarry was reigning king until a kid moved to New York from Philadelphia.
Oh, now we're talking.
First day, this new kid is in the school. Teacher introduced him. He's a new student from Philadelphia. Nobody pays much attention to him, except Horshack, who goes up to him in the schoolyard and thinks he could take advantage of him because he's a new kid. He goes, "Hi, you're from Philadelphia, huh? I'm Wild Horshack. Up your hallway a mellow roll." Kid doesn't flinch. Says, "Up your ass with Mobile gas." Then he tips his hat and says, "Happy motoring." Horshack thinks for a minute and fires back, "Oh yeah, well up your hole with a mellow roll." And then the kid does something we've never seen before in all the history of ranking. He does his next rank in an impression. does Groucho Marx. Ranking. Oh, yeah? Well, I love you, bud, or to say goodbye.
Oh, didn't Gabe Kaplan? There was like a thing on Broadway where he played Groucho Marx, I think.
Really?
That was a good Groucho impression. It's so much better than his fucking Horseshack. One of the worst impressions I've ever heard.
It's like he'd never seen the show. I mean, this is definitely inspired by, because Bill Cosby's album Wonderfulness from like the late 60s, I think, is basically the same thing where he's like, oh, I had all these weird friends in my neighborhood.
Fat Albert.
Yeah, Fat Albert,
Harold.
Old Weird Harold.
Yeah,
Mushmouth.
In 1982, he played Groucho on Broadway in a show called Groucho. And then they put it on HBO in 1983. And then after that, he's basically just been a pro poker player.
Oh, that's right.
Like for the rest of his life. Yeah, he hosted with Norm on High Stakes Poker. He's still doing Poker Go with AJ Benza. No, he retired last year. But yeah, he's just been poker. He's played in so many World Series of Pokers, never won a bracelet.
Ooh.
Yeah, but you got to appreciate a guy that gets his sitcom money and gets out and is not clogging up space
he got
at
out
the comedy
50 years
store.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not clogging up the comedy store.
Up next is Gabe Kaplan, folks.
I mean, I got
7 people in the audience.
Probably.
Bring back Argus Hamilton.
Well, should we listen to...
Yeah, what's the next track?
You want to listen to the next track? Or you want to hear more of the Sweat
Or wait,
Hog,
is there more about ranking?
Yeah, it's...
I think we still got a lot to go with the second track. Something tells me.
Yeah, it seems like
because we
the
haven't
second
met
track
half
is
the
pretty
cast
long.
yet.
Well, the third track, if it's going to...
I'd rather hear more about the guys than the insults that the guys said.
Yeah, because the insults are downright tame. Like if a guy told me to stick a stick up my ass and go to a masquerade ball.
Yeah, tough guys shouldn't know what a masquerade ball is.
I'm like, wait a second, you're telling me that the toughest guy is like the Scarlet Pimpernel? Like,
well, let's see what else we have for the Sweat Hogs. But track 3 is titled Masturbation, just so you guys know.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah?
Kind of fits in with our...
say goodbye.
With our pre-show chatter.
Stuck porn.
And this is white as cucumber.
This is masturbation before the internet.
Yeah. By the way, I heard your mother's like the Pennsylvania Railroad. She's been laid all over the country. Everybody is shocked. We have never seen class like this. We decide to set up a match. Big ranking contest. Eddie LeCarry against the kid from
Should we move on
Philadelphia.
from the ranking? Or do
Epstein
you wanna...
the animal sets up the match.
How much longer is it? Half a section?
Epstein was an animal. He was voted most likely to take a life.
he's kind of like a good Billy Crystal.
Epstein didn't talk like this. I don't remember when he didn't talk like this. I think when he was born, he talked like this. Said to the doctor, slap me again, I'll break your fucking head.
That was the thing back then.
Slapping
Epstein was,
smacked.
of course, a 5.
I smack my kids all the time.
And there was talk one year that they were going to make Epstein the only 6. Put him in a class by himself and just let him carve up the desks, you know? Do his own curriculum. I pledge allegiance to myself. Epstein did a lot of cute things. One afternoon, he opened up Horseshack's Roy Rogers lunchbox and peed in his thermos. My Bosco tastes funny.
I love that all of his references are like 100 years old. Yeah.
All these records. It's just,
Yeah.
Match is set up. It's going to take place Friday in the gym.
Like, did you go to school for
It's
20?
okay because we have a gym teacher who's really into things like this. Gym teacher's name is Mr. Caruso.
Does Roy Rogers
Mr. Caruso does not
had
speak
some, like,
English. He speaks
what's
gym.
that, tack? Wait, what did he say?
He doesn't speak English. He
One time I was playing
gibberish.
basketball. It was like the first week, we had Mr. Caruso, and he was telling everyone to get athletic supporters, and he could tell if you were in one or not. He was really keen at that, And I wasn't wearing one, and he came up to me, I was playing basketball. He said, "Hey, yo, hey, come over here. One day you're going to go up for a rebound, and the family jewels aren't going to go with you." I didn't know what he was talking about. Next day, I showed up for practice without my watch and my mezuzah.
I don't even know what a mezuzah is.
It's the thing that I think hangs outside of a door at
Did you
Jewish
take
homes.
care of the family jewels? I said, I left them in my locker.
Have either one of you ever just worn a jockstrap?
Never once.
Yeah.
Baseball, yeah.
But with a cup inside.
Oh, with a
of
cup
it.
inside, yeah. Why? Yeah. Why would you? Like, what, are you trying to make your gym teacher come?
I think the idea based on this comedy bit is that your balls aren't bouncing. It's like a bra for your balls.
It's like a bra for your
Yeah.
balls, I guess. Yeah. And
There's my comedy album title.
well, let's move on. Let's get up to masturbation here.
Let's ramp up.
Brendan fucking hates Welcome Back, Cotter.
I mean, we could keep going. This is actually a very, very long track.
Yeah, it has like
Yeah.
17 more minutes.
It has a lot more to go. And
Then we get up to I don't know, Raphael Patel. He's the Hindu kid at school. Raphael. What the fuck?
He's doing other sitcoms. He's like, and one time I had to pretend I was gay to live with these two women.
he's covering.
Yeah, don't get me started. At the time I worked at a taxi company.
Yeah, and then there was a handicap. Like, I don't know. He could get into some mentally handicapped guys. We could keep. We could keep
let's
listening
go.
to it,
Let's go
but
to
it's,
masturbation.
we have a lot, and we'll put. Is this available? This probably is available for streaming. I would say.
I don't know. I feel like. Nope, it's not on Apple Music.
So we can. So we'll save some for. I'll put a full recording of the album on the Patreon so people can just listen to it. I so far so good. I think that he's definitely I'm surprised. I guess he put this album out, went on Johnny Carson like Sean said, and then just got a sitcom right away. But the whole style, like everything, it seems like he should have been a much bigger stand-up comedian, which maybe he was for a period.
I don't think he was. Like, I don't think it went past. I mean, I don't think he did it after his sitcom.
Yeah.
So,
I now understand why they cut Kung Fu is to get to that quicker.
Right.
Yeah.
Like with everyone on that thing, people are like, "Oh my god, he's doing the show on stage."
Yeah, this is why we got it.
But on the other hand, it is weird, and the same reason it's weird for me 50 years later is like it's not exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's weird, but
It's
it's
like
also
hearing
it's
a
definitely
demo.
interesting.
It's like hearing the demo tape of a band.
Or like a pitch meeting of a show.
All right, so this next track's called Masturbation. This is something we can all relate to.
Yeah.
Except for me.
Because
Dry January for you?
I've never jacked off.
you've never
wow.
jacked off ever. That
Never-
is
Only had sex.
Never had to.
Actually, technically, I am still a virgin, too.
Masturbation. A lot of people are turned off by masturbation. Jokes, particularly. They don't want to hear about that. Why? Some of the greatest people in the world. Example, Sir Edmund Hillary. Sir Edmund Hillary was the first man to climb Mount Everest. But when Sir Edmund was a precocious 11, his mother came in the room, caught him in the act. She couldn't believe it. She said, "Sir Edmund."
Pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Why are you doing that? And he said, because it was there.
Do you get that?
Yeah.
Quote,
I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
That's
That's
why he
The
climbed on
first
him.
person I knew to masturbate was Eddie LeCarry. He used to tell us how he would go home and masturbate while he watched American Bandstand.
Another much
While Dick Clark was saying, how do you rate this record, Denise? How do you rate this, Denise? You give it 100, Denise? Dance to this, Denise. Women, in numbers, do not masturbate as much as men. There's a lot of women that do it more than any man, but there's a lot of women who are basically romanticists and they don't feel right unless there's somebody else there. I have an invention for these women. A vibrator that talks.
Man, vibrators have been around for 50 years.
Yeah.
Could have a little
the hell was
recording
that
device in
looking
there, you know? I love you. Nobody does it like you. Could have a special kind for married women. After it was over, it would fall asleep. You know? Single girls, when it was over, would get up, raid the refrigerator, and go home. I'll call you tomorrow.
Well, that was
Yeah,
masturbation.
I mean-
Yeah.
Okay, I'll stop talking.
Wasn't Lenny Bruce getting arrested for shit like this like
Well,
6 years before?
You're kind of watching like the fruits of Lenny Bruce's labor. Like,
Yeah.
this is exactly what he was getting in trouble for in like
Right.
the late 50s, early 60s. And now, like a decade later, he's freely doing this. And like, honestly, people are still, I noticed in the earlier joke, still laughing at just the word fuck.
Right.
Yeah.
They're like,
Right.
it is so crazy
Oh.
someone's saying this right now.
Yeah.
And so doing masturbation in 1973 is wild because I don't even think people were allowed to have genitals until 1969.
That's why the Barbie doll and the Ken doll don't have genitals.
This is like 10 years after like the Don Draper workplace.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's probably still exists at this time.
This is 4 years after Woodstock, so it's like 4 years after the Summer of Love.
Right.
And like this is like a guy, talking about even like female masturbation on
Well,
an
I'm
album.
And
curious,
It's like-
vibrators.
What were vibrators have been around for so long that what was a 1973 vibrator? Did they take batteries or was it all
No, they were
plug-in?
rotary. Like you had to dial.
You had to dial
had
it
to
up.
crank it up.
You had to call the operator. There's a party line. No, you probably had to plug it in.
Yeah, I wonder if any lady died from electrocuting herself with a
She was too
vibrator.
wet. Yeah.
She turned on.
I found that I'm finding this album to be very interesting so far.
Okay, so here's Nocturnal Emission by Gabe Kaplan.
Okay, I'll stop talking about masturbation. Get into something else. Nocturnal emissions. Now, see, that might be a little difficult for some of the ladies here to relate to. But that's a wild feeling, because unlike any sexual experience, you don't really know what's going on. See, you're like 12 years old, you wake up in the middle of the night. What the hell was that? I gotta remember what I was dreaming about. Tell you something else. Mothers like nocturnal emissions. Mothers. Because for the first time, their sons make their own beds. Ma, listen, I made my bed already. I cleaned up my whole room. You don't even have to go in the room. It's all cleaned up. I'm also wash the sheets when I come.
Is he still coming?
You're working too hard, Ma.
Still bad. blasted.
But I always liked that expression because it sounded like you were doing something special. Wet dream, you know that. Sounds like something you should be ashamed of. You know what you did? You had a wet dream. I'm sorry, I won't do it anymore. Nocturnal emission could be part of the space program. Apollo 17, this is ground control. You're now clear for nocturnal emission.
Do you stop having them at a certain age? Like, do grown-ups?
Okay,
No,
go first,
you would
bud.
have them if you went a month without coming.
I'm going to give it a shot.
They got to
Do
be
it.
doing something up there. They're there for a long time now.
But what if it's like...
Although, you know, it's pretty difficult to masturbate in a space capsule. I mean, it's possible, but it's very messy because there's no gravity.
What if this was a
This is
sitcom?
pretty good. I don't want to talk over where he's going.
Jesus Christ, put on your helmet, Neil. Leo's jerking off again.
That's worth the price of admission.
That's
right
probably gonna be the
there.
best bit that is ever played.
Jizz Aldrin.
Was that all of side A?
That was all of side A.
Wow.
I like that side. Good side.
This is so far. This is the most. This is maybe this is making up for the last one.
Yeah, Gabe Kaplan's funny.
But you can't.
I didn't expect it to be this funny.
No,
I really didn't.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't know what to.
because he's
expect.
not even like the funny guy on Welcome Back, Kotter.
No one,
He's like-
no one talks about Gabe Kaplan. Whenever they used to have those like top 100 of all time, he was not on the thing.
No,
But he clearly should be.
he should
Because
be.
there's a lot of guys who's like, oh, he was good for the time. This guy can actually,
We should fucking email him.
yeah.
Does he have a website there?
Let me see.
You probably got like a P.O. box for a fan club.
No, but he has like 9 profiles on poker websites.
Yeah. So side B starts with The Exorcist by our new favorite comedian Gabe Kaplan.
Who knew?
Yeah.
Okay, she's hypnotized now. I'm going to talk to her. How old are you? 12. What's your name? Regan. I'm addressing myself to the person who's inside of Regan. You are also hypnotized, and when I ask you to speak, you must identify yourself. Who are you? This is Howard Cosell in possession of a small child. Are you in control of Regan? I certainly am. Look at her. She's wearing Fruit of the Loom underwear. Are you in there alone? No, Don Meredith and Frank Gifford are in here with me. They send for an exorcist. The exorcist arrives. The two of them face each other. They're ancient enemies. A fine day for an exorcism, isn't it, Muhammad Ali?
This is just an
Come out of there,
impressions of
Cosell.
yesteryear.
You get out of here, Mohammed. Your mother washes windows in hell. How'd you like some AstroTurf all over your natural?
Wow.
I don't get
Wow.
that.
The natural?
There's a spray and deodorant
Is that
for every part of the
That's a
body.
hairstyle.
Was that like a
How
black hair joke?
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Next track is called EEO. I don't know. He just opened with talking about deodorant.
There's a spray and deodorant for every part of the body. Almost. How far are they going to go with this? Who knows? This might be the next commercial you see. Hi, my name is Sally. Nobody ever asked me to go anywhere. What's wrong with me?
I mean, it's going to be for pussy deodorant, which is all over the show. Or all
Sally!
Over
Now.
You've got EEO. I've got what?
Should we guess?
Something wrong with my breath, right? No! It's my underarms. I knew it.
I knew it.
No! Now wait a minute.
I'm trying to think what the E
No!
is. Extreme E.
Listen to this nice
odor.
man.
Oh,
Hi,
yeah.
Sally. I'm 9 out of 10 doctors. Sally, back here we have a diagram of your inner ear. Now, doing a hard day of active listening,
Oh, we made it dirty.
Yeah.
Tiny particles accumulate in the hills and the credenzas of your inner ear. We in the medical profession call these particles ear plankton. Now, ordinary ear deodorants cloud up ear plankton. This can cause audiosis or EEO, embarrassing ear odor.
I mean, he's taking it in a direction
However,
that
medically approved LOBE,
ear odor. That probably exists, though.
lobe, dissolves ear plankton and floats it gently down into your head.
Outside
Sally,
of Gabe
if he
Kaplan,
whispered in
how
your
many
ear once,
people in
will
the
he do it
crowd do you
again?
think are still alive today?
Oh,
Use lobe and you'll hear things.
There's
you
no
never
way to
heard
look it up,
before.
but I'm just wondering.
let's say 30%.
I was just going to say about 30%.
Yeah.
They're all about our parents' age. You know, they're probably
Yeah.
in their 20s.
How about some of the old television shows? Father Knows Best.
Oh, he plays piano,
See,
too.
I
mean,
really
no
like
wonder
that
this
show,
guy
Father Knows Best.
was successful.
Because I had the same identical family
Oh,
situation.
unless it's the comedy story. It's that
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
And we were
Oh,
just
yeah,
like
wow.
the Andersons. Only we were completely different. Everybody in that house had a pet name. Betty, the oldest, was Princess. Bud was Son. And Kathy was Kitten. Princess, Son, and Kitten. We also had names. Tramp, Moron, and Retard. Jim Anderson, though, was a father figure. He was too much of a father figure. He was ridiculous. Came home from work, how did he unwind? Just like my father and yours. Took off his jacket and put on another jacket that was exactly the same. Only this one had patches on the elbows. Remember his patches? Yeah. Susie had his
I
patches, he
don't
could
know
solve
what this
problems.
is. This is called Jim and Margaret, but I don't know
Yeah,
if he's...
I think he's going to be talking about his parents. But I know like David Brenner and Jerry Seinfeld always get like the observation. Like these are the guys who created observational humor.
Yeah.
I feel like Kaplan is doing
Yeah,
that
man.
before Seinfeld. Like very much, him and David Brenner are like the same exact.
You could see
generation.
Seinfeld doing the ear bit in the beginning of the sitcom, the ear
Yeah.
odor.
Yeah.
That joke isn't 100% on. I feel like because like we see advertisements like that on
Yeah.
Instagram where it actually is ear odor.
Yeah.
You know, there's always some reason why you stink or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's pretty efficient, and it's pretty much what something like Seinfeld would do. I feel like this is like the sitcom that didn't happen was
Yeah.
his home life.
Yeah.
But I'm still waiting for the uncle this and the aunt that.
All right, let's go. We'll continue with Jim and Margaret.
Susie had his patches, he could solve problems. Never went anywhere. Want to go out tonight, Jim? Have a few beers with the boys? No, I got to go home. Bud's breaking in a T-shirt. Got to be there. Margaret Anderson was always coming out of the kitchen. Whatever happened, shot to Margaret coming out of the kitchen. For a while, I thought she lived in the kitchen. A little cot slept in the kitchen. But I found out later that I was wrong because in the last 2 years of the show, they showed you them in their bedrooms getting woken up in the middle of the night by problems. So they got heavier. Betty would go out on dates and wake them up. Something happened with a boy, you know, try to get fresh or something, right? Margaret slept in a nightgown with a bathrobe. Jim slept in pajamas, tops and bottoms. Problem came up, he changed to a top with patches on the elbows.
So this is
a show I've never seen.
Actual show.
Suppose
Yeah,
Father Knows Best was made today
It was,
by Norman
very
Lear.
popular for our parents' generation.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I
Makes
know
all in
the
the family in
name,
Sanford and
but-
Son. Problems would be different. Bud would come home and tell Jim that he has VD. Jim's patches would pop. Bud would say he caught it from his bicycle seat. One of the shows, Betty would get a diaphragm.
Should we move
Bring
on
it
to
home,
Leaky
hide it in the
Dick?
back of a
this
drawer.
Yeah,
is,
'cause I don't know
feel
this show.
like, you know, I love the guy.
I was
but this is
I was
so
still laughing. I think I've seen maybe a 45 seconds of Father Knows Best, and I was still laughing. I love changing your pajamas out to one that has patches on the elbows. Like, I don't even know what it's about, and I'm like laughing. I'm like, this guy has got it.
He's got it.
Yeah, but I don't think I've ever seen any Father Knows Best or My Three Sons.
I've seen My Three Sons, but not Father Knows Best.
I've never seen Father. I can't even picture who is the guy in Father Knows Best.
You know exactly what it looks like, even though you've never seen him. He looks like Don Draper or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
That's
you're
kinda what
100%.
But I'm picturing the dad from Leave It to Beaver. That's the only.
They're all
dad
the same
that I know.
dad. You had to look like that to be a dad.
Yeah.
In a TV show.
All right, this one's called Winky Dink.
You guys have all seen that.
My favorite show when I was a kid was a show called Winky Dink.
It was a show.
Great thing about Winky Dink was you could participate. Right, you had to buy a screen and paste it on the television. Guy was like, quick kids, draw a bridge. Winky Dink's in trouble. Winky Dink would run across the bridge. Erase it. Bad guy would fall down in the water, right? Thing was, nobody ever bought a screen. Everybody just drew right on the television. My father would come home, goddamn Winky Dink on again, looking. One time I used a crayon that wouldn't come off at all. I knew I was going to get it, so I just drew on every show. Watch My Little Margie drew big tits on Mrs. Odette's, you know?
I don't know what these shows are. I've never heard.
This is Ralph Edwards. I'm standing here right outside the warden's office at the Maryland State Correctional Institute. Our principal subject is well known. He's waiting. He thinks to see the warden. Let's go surprise him right now. Hi there, young fella. How are you?
Artie, sorry.
All right.
Is this a more horse?
Say, aren't you Arthur Bremer, the man that tried to assassinate Governor Wallace? That's why I won't buy my book. No, but we have a book for you because tonight Arthur Bremer, loner, psychotic, would-be assassin. This is your
I've never heard
life.
of this assassin.
Well, it's a guy who almost assassinated a governor.
Right.
I'm like, I don't think this is worthy of like a nationally released. Like,
well, in 1974,
this is what we call
the top.
a B-side, folks.
but yeah, no, Arthur Bremer, like, he's out of prison now. He's still alive. And all he did, he tried to just kill a segregationist. Like,
all right, so this should we listen to the rest of Artie?
Well, give it a shot. We'll give it a shot, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, it's all going to be. We'll see. I can't predict. We thought the ear
thing was about pussy.
Not sitting in any chair. You're born, Arthur, in 1950, the second of three sons born to Mr. and Mrs. William Bremer. Your father is Mr. Milquetoast. Mom.
He's doing like a "This Is Your Life."
Yeah.
Too. I mean, this is so layered in
we don't know this
attainable. Yeah.
This is like
it's like listening to like a guy who knows computer coding,
right?
Make jokes about computer
zeros
coding.
and ones.
yeah. I'm so far removed.
By the way, now that I'm like reading about Arthur Bremer, this guy is fucking sick. Like, he tried to assassinate Richard Nixon before he tried to assassinate George Wallace. This guy was like,
how did he get away with that one? Like, how was
I think
he not
they
already...
discovered that he had a diary called the Assassin's Diary, where he was like,
wow.
This is just, and I'm not trying to help anybody do it, but don't name your.
Oh, it's released. I think I'm gonna buy this book.
The Assassin's Diary.
Look at how cool the cover is.
It's Bill Murray's on the cover.
So that was a book you could buy back then?
Yeah. And it's just all his diary co-written with somebody about how he was going to murder these people.
Jesus Christ.
That's insane. So he wrote that like in jail or whatever and then sold. That's probably why they have that rule now.
Yes.
Because you can't, because he probably sold a bunch of copies of that.
Yeah, and all
You're not
of
allowed
those,
to do that
you can't
all
say
those
it.
Gacy paintings that everyone wanted.
I have 5 of them.
Yeah, whenever I go to your house, you're always like, you wanna go look at my Gacy's?
Yeah, let's go down to let's look at my Gacy's, and I want to show you my crawl space because you're so much younger and cuter than you're such a young, cute guy.
Sean's stuck.
I'm gonna get you one of these days. He just won't go into the crawl space.
Patience, Brendan. Patience.
I think he only used the crawl space after they were dead.
I don't know.
I don't think he was like, you're stuck in my crawl space.
Wait, what else would he do to them? I thought he just lured them into his crawl space and then sealed them in. What else could have happened?
And then just waited.
Oh boy, this is not the right podcast. You gotta go.
All right, this one's Ed Sullivan, which may be, again,
Right.
such a... But I feel like the Ed Sullivan reference
We get that.
did last for a long time.
Because-
like, nobody under 30 probably gets, like, there's a really big shoe. or
Really
whatever.
big shoe.
Yeah.
It was imitated like well into our adulthood.
Like the 90s, at least.
It was in a lot of 90s cartoons.
Pulp Fiction.
I think the Beatles have also kept
Oh, yeah.
Ed
That's right.
Sullivan alive.
100%.
All right, Ed Sullivan. Well, it's written Ed Sullivan.
But even Letterman's been off the air for over 10 years. He used to be the Ed Sullivan Theater.
Yes.
Like it really did project into the future.
It's fun too because I read a lot about like old show business, and like everyone kind of agreed throughout history that Ed Sullivan was like the worst host.
Right.
Like he's not charismatic. He was just like a gossip columnist, and like the TV was just like, yeah, I guess you could be on TV.
Yeah.
And he stayed like he's lasted forever with being like the worst of the bunch.
Well, because
Right.
he would have the Beatles on.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah.
All right, here's the Ed Sullivan bit.
Base. Make sure every week you got something for everybody. But what did he really think about that? Suppose he got a little drunk on his last show. So say, hey, Ed, come on, it's your last show. Have a drink with us. All right. Well, here you go to all of you, and it's been just wonderful. He's okay. It got a little stoned, and after 23 years, Ed Sullivan came out and he said what he really thought about his show and his audience.
This would be very reliant on the impression, probably.
Yeah.
Ah, hi. You want to know who's on our show tonight? Well, why
Drunk Ed
don't you
Sullivan.
look in your damn TV guide? Why do I have to say every week who's on the show? All right, let me
Drunk
see.
Ed Sullivan's a good
Is
character.
he here tonight? Well, for the
It's like you're
Jews,
horny Biden.
Myron Cohn is going to tell you some Jew jokes.
Oh, shit.
For the Negroes, James Brown will be out here with some soul
Myron
crap.
Cohen.
Oh, that's right. He was on that.
Right
The
on, right
unreleased
on, right on. From Italy tonight, here are the magnificent Italian acrobat,
Here you go, Sean.
the Vacciaios.
I would have gone in a different direction.
Vaccio, Vacciaio. What is that? Oh, is that you? Are you one of the acrobats? Oh, what's your name? Vaccio? Why doesn't it answer me? You speak English? Speako Englishy?
What do you say we...
kind
Well,
of
what's your
fun.
name, oh?
You can pause it.
Shame to you.
It's kind of fun to do the speak no English about an Italian more so than like doing it like to Mexican people, like people like my mom does now.
Right.
Like, but like doing it speak no Englishy, like that's,
We're learning what's safe.
yeah.
What groups are safe to make fun of?
I mean, Italians are still... Italian, Irish...
Most white people are okay to make fun of, or what we
Yeah.
consider white
And
people.
Polish is... you could probably still tell Polish.
You just can't say.
I mean, Jackie the Joke Man sure was.
Yeah, but that again, that was 40 years ago.
But no, I think what's interesting because at this time in the 70s, like Italians were only like considered white for like 15 years at this point.
Right.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Even the Irish weren't
The
considered.
Irish and the Italians, it was like after World War II. That's like when they first got considered to be like white people because they fought in the war.
Right.
I was hanging with some of my in-laws a year or two ago, And she was complaining to me, this older woman, like, we used to make fun of the Polish. Now we can't do that anymore. And I'm like, you can still do it.
Yeah.
Like, you live in
Yeah, if
Kentucky.
you
Like,
want,
what are you talking about? You're not going to jail for that.
You don't go to jail for making fun of anybody, I don't think.
Well, people don't realize, like, freedom of speech just means you're not going to jail for what you say.
yeah, you still get
You can't
the
just
shit
say
beat
whatever
out
you
of
want at work.
Yeah. my dumb Polish coworker kicked the shit out of me.
Yeah. You're not going to jail. You're getting fired.
It only took one Polish guy to kick the shit out of me, and 5 others watching.
Like the one guy holds out his fist and five friends
Oh, yeah,
turn him
those
around
jokes.
to turn your head. into
Those
his
jokes
face.
always crack me up, though. They were so creative.
They're so creative, and also they actually show more thought going into something.
Yeah.
Like, is it dumb to plan? If you had 5 friends twirl you around to beat somebody up,
All right, this one's called Linda, and then it's the last track, and these are both very short.
Okay, I want you to picture a kid today. He lives in Indiana. He's writing a letter, and he has a picture. And you made me love you. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. You made me love you, and all the time you knew it. I guess you always knew it. You made me happy sometimes. You made me glad. But there were times you made me feel so sad. Dear Miss Lovelace, I guess a lot of guys write to you, and you don't have
like
to
the
answer
first
this if
porn
you don't
star.
want
yeah. And Deep
I just had
Throat
to tell you
came
about
out in
the time I saw you in
'73.
Deep
This
Throat.
is like,
to. You weren't like a regular actress. You were just like a person you would meet anywhere in a massage
do you know why it's
parlor
called
or a
Deep Throat?
sword swallowing school.
I think so.
Well, I mean, kind of. I mean, are you making a joke?
No.
I think the premise is...
And that part in the
has
movie
a
where you looked at
clitoris,
the
yeah,
doctor, you
back
looked
of her
right into
throat.
his
Yeah.
eyes and you said,
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. I've never seen it.
Oh.
I saw
Have
a
you
movie
seen it?
about it, starring Amanda Siegfried.
and gee, it wasn't easy to look into his eyes because they were rolling back in his head.
Harry Reams.
I once saw you in person.
He's been around for
You
a
making
while.
a public appearance at the subway.
I've seen that movie.
I was
I've
on
seen
the-
the documentary about it.
Okay.
And then I've listened to like this 12-part podcast series about Deep Throat.
Really?
Because it's so interesting. Like literally, like the guy who made it, Gerard Damiano, was like the Alfred Hitchcock of pornography.
Uh-huh.
But like that movie is like the highest grossing movie in terms of like from budget to what it made
Right.
in like history, and no one knows how much it made because it was all controlled by the mob. So this Gerard
Right.
Damiano actually made no money from it, and
Oh, dude.
like people think it may have made over like $500 million. That it might have funded the mob for most of the 1970s.
Wow.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that about that.
She
And
probably got like $150.
Oh my God, $150. But this was like way better because before Deep Throat, the thing that she did based on a podcast I listened to, she did a porno with a dog.
Whoa. Man. That's a tough day of work.
It's not great.
oh, brother.
God, I like if you listen to the Rialto Report, they interview like all these like old porn stars, and he's been doing it since like the
Oh,
late.
this is a porn specific podcast?
It's about the golden age of pornography.
Okay.
It's just like this like guy who's like interested in having people tell their stories that like because like the world was so fucking cruel to them.
Yeah.
So since the 90s, he's been like finding old porn stars from like the 70s,
Yeah.
the people who like created pornography as we know it, and like interviewing them. And like whenever you listen to them, like Harry Reams like gets interviewed, and he's just like, it's so crazy. They were all just like struggling actors in New York, and they thought that this was just like a quick acting job that
Right.
no one would ever see.
It was made on film in a
Yeah.
theater that nobody went to.
Exactly, and it all just ruined their lives. Like,
yeah, of course.
They didn't know VHS tapes were coming out
No.
in 5 years.
Exactly.
and then when Deep Throat came out, it was like it reinvigorated them, being like, "Oh, Linda Lovelace is like a movie star. We could be movie stars."
Oh, man.
So people started getting into porn, thinking it would help their acting career because they all thought, because like these
could
agents
cross
were
over.
telling them that like Yeah, like in like 4 years, De Niro's going to be doing porn. And like a new generation of people's lives got ruined.
It sounds crazy, but you could almost see it because the rules of society changed so drastically, so quickly, that it could be seen that like it was going to keep going. You know, like Gabe Kaplan couldn't talk about this shit like 10 years prior to this album.
No, and I mean, think about this. Like, Deep Throat literally was a cultural phenomenon that, like, everyone was going. It was like going to the movie theater. Like, there's like all these videos of like 60-year-old women in fur coats going to see Deep Throat. Like, and the movie's like ridiculous, and it really is like Harry Reams doing like cross-eyed when he's like busting a nut. Like,
so how much sex is she the only one who has? I mean, I'll watch the movie myself.
It's a straight up porno.
It's a full porn. Like,
it's a porno, but it's
a
also
sex scene every 10 minutes or something,
and it's very comedic.
Okay,
like,
but it's also like the Odyssey porn movie, right? Like there's a journey, is there not? I've seen ripoffs of this in my youth.
Okay.
You know, you'd see like there was a whole thing where like you have to get enough necklaces or something like that.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, because she feels she can't be satiated. So like she has to find like the perfect dick that will finally, and it's honestly almost unwatchable. But it's so funny to think that this movie made $500 million and it was filmed over the course of a weekend in Miami.
Yeah. Well, let's listen to the last track. It's called The End. And then if we want, we could put on the
bonus track.
The bonus track from the re-release.
I'd like to just leave you with one of the strongest fears I have in life is that when it's all over for me, wherever I go, there's going to be a long line waiting to get in. And I'm going to look at the fellow in front of me and I'm going to say, how long do you think we're going to have to wait here? And he's going to turn around and say, up your hole with a mellow roll.
Great closer.
Thank you.
Got it all back.
Yeah. Although if you were in the bathroom for the earlier bit, you're like, what the fuck is he talking about?
But what did he say? I missed that.
Up your hole with a mellow roll.
Oh. Yeah, okay.
Honestly, I feel up your nose with a rubber hose is funnier than up your hole with a...
I do too.
Yeah.
He
even described what a mellow roll is, and I don't really get it. Like, I can't picture what it would look like.
It's on the cover.
It's like a pop. It's like a popsicle.
Oh, that?
So it makes sense. It makes sense.
That would be like, honestly, that would be refreshing to get that shoved up your asshole.
Especially if you have hemorrhoids.
Up your nose with a rubber hose just sounds like torture.
It does. It really does. And it also is funnier to me.
Better.
How big's the rubber hose?
It's more comedic.
You know what? I don't know. Your classic hose size.
I mean, up your butt with a coconut was my favorite.
So I feel like the first side of the album was where like now that I've done comedy for a long time, like that was the shit he normally did at the comedy store.
Yeah.
And then they're like, hey, can you make this thing about for like a half an hour longer?
Yeah,
that's what it seems like.
That feels like he was jotting down, like looking at the newspaper, like what's popular.
And that's
now?
what the piano is all about. Like, let's like make it more of an atmospherical type of thing.
All right, let's see what this is the track. It looks kind of long. We'll just have a taste.
Just check it out
from the re-release with the picture of the Sweat Hogs on it. There's a track that's not on the other one. This is the longest episode we've done.
2 and 3 and 4.
Oh, it's a song. Should be one of those things where he like pontificates about what.
Hello, I'm a Canadian, and I think it's just about time that someone spoke up for the Americans. I'd speak up for the Canadians, but there's a bigger record market in America. The rest of the world is unfair to the Americans. Do you remember the last time a Korean family adopted an American child? Did you ever receive a care package from Pakistan? Did you ever hear the truth broadcast over the voice of Poland?
Finally,
the United States
Polish.
has sent millions of dollars in clothing abroad. And now, while young people are running around naked on their college campuses, has anybody sent them a pair of shorts? Nobody ever helps the Americans. During the San Francisco earthquake,
The rest of the world stood by and watched Clark Gable and Jeanette MacDonald try to crawl out of the rubble. And how about during the longest day, when John Wayne stormed up the beaches at Normandy? Did anyone come up to him and say, Duke, you're too old for this. Get back in the boat.
This is still all very
You talk about
inaccessible.
Japanese know-how and you'll get
There's
camera.
a lot. I've noticed that
talk
he's
about
a
French,
reference
no.
guy. He loves references.
Yeah. Nothing about his uncles though. That's baffling to me.
Yeah, that's
Because
true,
it
yeah.
started and ended with him. It's like my uncle Jeffro said. It's
Yeah.
always a different name.
Yeah.
I guess that's something they just came up with.
Well, that's
Later.
Well, he does have another album.
What's that called?
That one is called Up Your Nose. It premiered in 1977.
Oh wow.
So everything is about shoving stuff up.
And smelly ears.
Well, that's obviously after the Sweat Hogs.
No,
or
but we
whatever,
gotta acquire a copy of this. So
Yeah.
do a Gabe Kaplan part 2.
we got to get it.
and then we'll zoom him in.
If
Yeah.
anybody out there has a copy of Up Your Nose by Gabe Kaplan, send it over to Off the Records, or just send it to Brendan Walsh, P.O. Box 27794, Los Angeles, California 90027. Guys, that's the longest episode of Off the Records that we've done. I don't feel bad about it.
No, I feel good about
I
it.
feel good about it.
I feel like I learned something today.
I learned something
Gabe
too.
Kaplan was pretty goddamn good.
Gabe Kaplan is, he's got it. He's got what it takes to be successful.
I think he's just a fucking treasure. This it seems like it's a single, Up Your Nose.
Didn't he? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So
Is it a
cancel
rap
that.
song?
Cancel that order. Oh man,
Oh, it seems like he might be doing stand-up again.
really?
Okay.
There's a video that just got posted a month ago from Laugh Tracks of him doing stand-up at Gotham Comedy Club.
Whoa.
Well, that was good, Matt. Thanks for coming in.
My pleasure, man. This is a lot of fun.
And I'll find that clip of Gabe Kaplan.
Yeah.
I'll put that at the end here. Why not? If you've already listened for like 2 hours. what's
Yeah,
2
if you
hours
made
and
to the
5
end,
minutes?
welcome. You're a Kaplan head as well.
Welcome back, baby.
Caphead.
Thanks for listening, everybody. We love you. Goodbye.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gabe Kaplan.
Thank you. Thank you. I can wait for a minute while everybody discusses what I look like. Or while the older people in the crowd explain to the younger people exactly who it is I am. People see me today and they recognize me, but they don't know where they know me from. I recognize you, but I'm not sure. Are you Ben or Jerry? Then there's the people that know they know me from television. Right. But not everybody is as aware as you. They come up with all kinds of television shows. Weren't you Meathead on All in the Family? And if they know it's me, nobody ever says to me, "Are you Gabe Kaplan?" They don't even say, "Were you Mr. Cotter?" They say, "Are you Welcome Back, Cotter?" Yes, I'm an Indian. I have 3 names. Welcome back up. My girlfriend is Dances Under Trees, and I'm welcome back up. And everybody says the same thing. What happened to you? We don't see you anymore. We used to see you all the time, and now we don't see you anymore. What happened? I don't know what happened. 35 years ago, I was a big television star. I woke up last month at the trailer park at Mohegan Sun.
Sally Struthers was in the trailer on my right. Emmanuel Lewis was at my left. I don't know what happened. But I don't even get offered any parts on TV. I used to get offered, like an episode of this show, an episode of that show. And the only one I did in 35 years was Murder, She Wrote. Because I got to play a comedian who killed a nightclub owner. Now the only thing I get offered, once in a while I get offered a commercial. Because there's a lot of opportunities for older actors to do commercials. Because there's a lot of products that naturally older people use. So these guys get out there and do the commercials, and it's good. I mean, they probably use these products. But some of them take advantage of the situation, like doing reverse mortgage commercials. Now, a reverse mortgage is not generally a good idea. Unless you're going to die right away and you don't want to leave any equity for your family. Well, you got Fred Thompson, Robert Wagner, and Henry Winkler telling you to get a reverse mortgage. Henry Winkler looks right into the camera and he says, as sincere as he can be, "Make that call now." Sounds like a Fonzie scheme to me. Now, I'll tell you a commercial that I'd be great at. They haven't asked me to do it, but I'd be the perfect guy to do it. Viagra. I have the perfect Viagra commercial. I take a Viagra. I look down about an hour later, and I say, "Welcome back." Do you know that 25% of Viagra is taken by men who are in their 60s and 70s and are not married and have no possibility of a date on the horizon? So what do these guys do? And you see, ladies, it's very important for a man to always feel you're the captain of your ship, that you can fly that flag at full staff whenever you want to. Doesn't matter if there's anybody there to salute. So these guys are popping a Viagra, mixing themselves a scotch and soda, putting on a Kingston Trio record, taking off all their clothes and walking around the house just checking out every mirror there is. I'll tell you when I got the idea to come back and do a little stand-up comedy. A few months ago, I was in Las Vegas, and some of my friends were going to see one of these legend shows. Impersonator shows, and they said, "You want to go?" And I had nothing to do. I said, "Yeah, I never saw one of those shows." And I went to see the show, and the first couple acts are just what you'd expect. And then they did this tribute to the 70s. And this guy comes out and starts doing me. I really didn't know that this guy was going to be there. And he comes out, and he's doing me. And he was pretty good. But then I found out that this guy was making more money doing me than they were offering me to work in Las Vegas. So I went up to the producer of the show. I said, "Listen, if this guy leaves the show, can I do me in your show?" He said, "Well, why would you want to do that?" I said, "Because at this point, I can make more money doing me than being me." He said, "Well, how would it work?" I said, "I got it all figured out. I would come out like somebody else, and then I would start doing me. It wouldn't be like I was doing me. It would be like somebody else was doing a really great impression of me." He said, "That could work." All right. Let me see you do you. I said, I'm doing me right now. This is it. He said, no. You're being you. If other people don't want to pay you to be you, why should I pay you to be you? I'll only pay you if you can do you, because the guy that does you now does you great. He's been doing you for 2 years. Everybody loves the way this guy does you. He's very believable as you. I don't know how believable you're going to be as you. I said, who are they going to believe I am? You? He said, look, you don't know the legend business. I know the legend business. I didn't come to you and ask you to be you on my show. You came to me. You asked me if you could be you on my show. So if you want to be you, you got to show me you can do you. I said, between you and me, I'm very confused right now. He said, I'm not trying to insult you. People still want to see Gabe Kaplan. Nobody wants to see you. I said, I am Gabe Kaplan. He said, you used to be. And you used to do a great Gabe Kaplan. I've seen 10 guys do Gabe Kaplan. You were one of the best I've ever seen. But you're not doing it so good anymore. You see, people think Gabe Kaplan's a young guy with a lot of hair. You're an old guy with no hair. It's not a great impression anymore. I went back to L.A., told my girlfriend. She went to Vegas to see this guy. Now the guy that's doing me is doing her.